graph and table. In our last segment, you guys remember we were dealing with absolute values, and those are kind of fun. This function here is a straight linear function, so this should be pretty straightforward. So what are we asked to do? Let's break it down like Charlie Brown, right? So we're being asked to fill out the table for the following inputs. All right, it seems simple enough. And what is it that we are going to do after we find the inputs? Looks like it wants us to plot a table, and that's pretty simple as well. Okay. One of the key things I will continue to share with you guys is when we have linear functions, when we have straight lines, the goal here is to find 2 points and make a straight line. And it's the easiest way I found is to look for some things that either have zeros in them or ones. So that's what we're going to endeavor to do. And we're always going to default to what's the graphing calculator tell me. So let's take a start. Let's take a start with this. All right, so step one, we throw everything into our Y editor. Y editor has some stuff in it. Just clear it out. All right. And it looks like we're doing 2x plus 3. Pretty simple. All right. Okay. Take a picture. Oh, okay. So that's correct. It's going to look like that. And so I know I'm moving. My slope is 2, and I know my beginning point is positive 3. So that all makes sense to me. So what next? Let's see our table. Let's go to second table. Okay. Again, what's Mr. McCrae's cheat? I'm looking for the value of y when x is 0. I found it. That's 3. All right. And I want to know the value of x when y is 0. That's interesting to me. So I see that this goes from 1 to -1. Well, that's disappointing. I was hoping to see a 0. But Mr. McCrae and his cheat codes, here I go. My cheat code. I'm going to go to second tablet. Okay. And I think what I'm going to do is have my graph table, my XY table, and still, instead of going in increments of 1, I'm going to go in increments of 0.5 because I kind of want to see that 0. Just different. Okay, that hasn't changed. But what has changed is this. Oh, I can actually do one more. Okay, and I want to start my table when x is 0. Okay, so let's go to the table. Okay, so when x is 0, y is 3. Aha. And when y is 0, x is negative 0.5. I'm happy because I got basically what I wanted. So I have enough information to make this graph. So I'll slide this over here. So I just taught you guys a really cool cheat code, and you need to practice it in order to get proficient at it. Okay. All right. So we have enough to plot. So let's plot our graph. All right. So go to my tool. So when y is 0, x is negative 0.5. So I'm going to stay on the x-axis and move over 1.5. Let's plot that. Let's use a little one. I'll use red. So that's 1 and that's 1.5. There we go. Okay. So that's been addressed. So we got that addressed here. Now we want to address this. When x is 0, y is 3. Okay, so x is over 0, up 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, beautiful. All right, all I need, friends, is two points, and I can make a straight line all day. All right, that's a super line. Now we got to make sure we're accurate. All right, boom, there it is. Okay. Now, the real cool thing is, guys, these values here, normally we throw them in a calculator and generate an answer. All we have to do is use our technology. Pull this back up. It wants to know what -3 is and what -2 is. Okay. Go back to our cheat code. We just want to go back to increments of 1. Go second window. Okay. We want to start at -3 because that's what it's asking us. And we want to go up in increments of 1. Okay. Hit clear. Put 1. Now let's go to our table. Second table. Phenomenal. So we've gotten the information that they requested. When x is -3, y is -3. When x is -2, y is -1. So we're just going to drag this over. All right, and again, guys, if you have not downloaded this app onto your mobile phone, and hopefully you can because Android provides a free app, I'm going to really strongly encourage your parents to go out and purchase this graphing calculator. You're going to use it all through high school. All right. Have we identified our x and y intercepts? I think we have. Our x and y intercepts are right here. Okay. All right. And finally, what is the value of x when value of y, when x is -1? Well, when x is -1, y is 1. We are good to go. We've gotten all the key pieces addressed in this particular question. All right. Hope this was helpful. Again, remember, I can use my graphing calculator to explore functions of graphs and tables, to explore functions, graph, and table. Sounds cool.